Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring. Ringsiders, welcome, welcome, welcome. We trust that you guys are good. We trust that you guys are well. We're coming on with breaking news tonight. We're holding for the We Invest in Nationhood Party win to conclude a press conference where they told the country that they've had several bank accounts at the Demara Bank closed without proper explanation. Effectively, the bank has sanctioned the win party, having invited them to come in and close those bank accounts or have those bank accounts closed on their behalf. High-ranking members of the Win Party, and in case you now tuning in to social media for the afternoon, that press conference completed just a little while ago. Diane and Ingrid and Alan and all the other folks, we want to bring you some of what transpired at that Win press conference just moments ago, where the party told us that the several high-ranking officials from the party had their bank accounts at the Demara Bank concluded for them, and they've been invited to come in and close those bank accounts or have those bank accounts closed for them. They've linked this to the ruling PPP's party, they claiming victimization and marginalization, effectively sanctioning the party at the local bank level. Take a look at some of what they said, folks, in this press conference that concluded just a couple of minutes ago. Take a look.
Specifically, we would like to get into an incident that has occurred today that we took note of earlier this morning, where a number of our candidates have received letters from the bank stating that they would be discontinuing business with them. And so with me are two such members who received those letters.
I received a call from the bank this morning indicating that an email was sent to me yesterday. So I immediately checked my email and I found a letter that I wish to read. And the subject of the letter is discontinuation of banking services with Mrs. Natasha Singh Lewis. We write to inform you that the Demerara Bank Limited will be discontinuing all account maintenance services provided to you effective July 25, 2025. This decision was made in compliance with our internal policies and banking requirements. To ensure a smooth transition, effective immediately, no further deposits will be accepted into your account, and they've listed the account's number. If the accounts are not closed by July 25, 2025, we will close them automatically. Any remaining funds will be converted into a banker's draft and held at the bank's Camp and South Road branch for your collection. I read and I thought that the explanation given for closing my account is very vague. And so I paid a visit to the bank this morning, unable to share the bank's policy with me. And so at that point, she asked me to pay a visit to the head office to speak with the person who penned the mail to me. At that point, I decided that I'm not going to have any more further discussion with the bank, but I went to see my lawyer. I was then advised that legal action will be taken in relation to the letter sent to me from the bank, because the bank has a license and has a responsibility to do business with all Guyanese. And my service with them goes beyond 15 years. I have had 15 years and more of uninterrupted service with that bank. And suddenly today, I receive a letter to say that they will discontinue service with me. I found that very strange.
Like Natasha, this morning I received a call from someone at the bank, I can't recall the name, asking for my email. I thought it was a promotion this bank would be sending to me. She said you'll be sending an email for me to acknowledge and for my immediate action. About 5 minutes after I received that email, and I wouldn't go further, just like what Natasha read, the only thing different to my letter is the name on the letter. Everything there was the same. I called the bank on the number that they called me. They forwarded me to the person who emailed the letter. I sought some clarity, but they said that's all they can say. It's the bank reserved the right. It's internal policies, and I did not meet certain banking requirements. And that's it. Come and collect your bank draft and close shop. Find it to be find it very strange. I immediately called my colleagues to find out if anybody else received such letters, and I subsequently learned that others did. And here we are now, sitting here stating clearly what this is. This is an attempt to undermine a democratic process.
Yep. That's what the Win Party is saying, folks. Tonight, as I said when we come on, in case you're just joining us, the Win Party, a little earlier in the evening, held a press conference stating that the Demara Bank had effectively sanctioned high-ranking members of the party closing their bank accounts without sufficient information, without sufficient reason or justification as to why. Those members are Duarte Hetzberger and Natasha Singh Lewis, and both of them are saying that they on the cards is the legal option to take the bank to court over this. Yep, that's what's going down, folks. And on this side, we have no such drama. All bank accounts remain open. And we're fired up with a plan ready to move the country forward. The APNU coalition, folks, no drama on this side. Just ready on day one, ready for it. Even now, election will be called tomorrow. We ready? No drama at all. With a plan ready, we've been rolling out that plan. The APNU coalition, they have been rolling out that plan systematically, folks. That's what we've been seeing. Systematically. The drama of election 2025, folks, the PPP, we're learning, oh my Lord. The drama of election 2025, we learned today that the PPP Moruca rally, where they showed they had a lot of folks there, hundreds of folks at the Moruca rally. We were told that they busing people from Mabaruma, Bartica. They got the largest of the state, the oil money that should be in your pockets, doing nonsense to, fluff and bluff the Guyanese people. But this election is not going to be about fluff and bluff. The Guyanese people understand what's happening. We heard there was a shortage of food. If you got to spend a lot of money for transportation, it might be a little short on food. And there was a whole uproar at that rally there in Moruca because people were hungry. A lot of folks said they take the little money, that was offered to put on the rent, but they're voting that, to be fair. Some folks said they're going the way of Win, and some folks said they're voting APNU. But of course, if you're getting paid to put on a red t-shirt, things tight in this country, folks. Things are tight, and people are doing what they got to do, to get by. But we have every confidence that we're going to see the back of this installed incumbent regime, wicked though they are, and all their associates. Folks, the only drama we got on this side, folks, is telling the folks what we're about and making the arguments. And that being said, there's no real drama. Sorry, folks. No sanctions on this side. Just law-abiding citizens wanting to see this country move forward. How y'all doing? We hearing a number of things tonight. Michelle Henry and Asha, share the damn live and smash that emoji button for us wherever you're joining us from. I want to give a shout out to all the folks on the campaign trail of the green team, the dream team. I want to say a special good night to you. Those folks who out there, even now, working hard. Those folks who are cutting flag and flagging lampposts throughout this country. Those folks who are walking down some dark alley, some dark street, You might slip in a pothole and bust your head, but you get up and you go again because you understand what is at stake here. Not a bank account and all of that. Sorry for our colleagues and so on. But not about that, but putting the people of this country first. Those of you who might be in a room right now, editing a video, polishing some photographs, stitching some flags, even now, nailing those flags to staff. Yes, you, the same set of y'all. We saying, we see you. We see you. We see y'all. We see y'all. And we value what you guys are doing to help to move this country forward. Folks, this install regime, I want to put you guys on notice. They're not going to just hand over the keys of state just like that and demit, You're going to see, you're going to see some fireworks in this 2025 that will make 2020 look like nothing. Lucien Shahadiu and Dwayne and Humi and Troy Fraser, it will make 2020 look like nothing. It will make 2020 look like nothing. Them boys done set everything, to rig this thing in their favor. And I hope the international observers who are with us, the Carter Center and all the other folks are watching, because them boys set. They get the international interference people running recce for them and a whole host of other things. You're going to see some shenanigans like you didn't see shenanigans before. But I'm so happy. I am so happy, ecstatic, that we got some young people who understand these issues, and they go out there every single day. You see? They go out there every single day, making a difference and making the argument selflessly. So forgive us, no drama on this side, no drama at all. All my bank accounts are operational. Make it so important. All my bank accounts. One must get $1,600, the other must get 42 in it, But all are operational. Nonetheless, folks, we're fired up and ready to go. And we got no drama dealing with the Guyanese people and putting the Guyanese people first. We're ready. Manifesto ready now. And our folks have been systematically laying out this plan, while bank accounts were being frozen and closed and all of that. I saw the APNU team today in North and South Ramville, in Central Georgetown. And of course, it's a national party, a huge monolithic party of which the PNCR is one of the main stakeholders. They have these activities happening all over the country simultaneously. Some parties said they lead a hay, everybody got a hay. There's no decentralization, but not in the APNU coalition. Fan-outs are happening every single day. And today, the leader of the APNU coalition, presidential candidate, Mr. Aubrey Norton, he was in North and South Ramville, leading from the front, Leading from the front. Y'all tell me if y'all ever see Big Head Jack Dio. Yes, I said it. Big Head Jack Dio. You ever see knocking on a gate? No, they think they're too big for that. And that's why they've lost touch with the common people. And that's why the people, when they eat out the food on Sunday at Morocco, and still voting and still voting for APNU. Still voting for APNU. Eat out the cook up, take the 10,000, and still go vote for APNU. That's what they told us. We published a report today on that, emergency meeting call in Freedom House. If you think you've had a good 5 years, who you gotta buy out? Right? You ain't gotta buy out nobody. See this? French capos and jagabats on the other side. You ain't got to buy out. What's all these theatrics about? Right? And they're behind all of it. All of it. Folks, politics 101. There are no coincidences. Politics 101. There's no coincidences. You hear a little grumbling on your phone. It's them listening in through the place in home stretch. It's them. Right? Somebody calls you and say, we got to add you to a meeting. Click on this link. They're trying to hack your phone, to read your WhatsApp, to read your messages, and so on. You understand what's at stake in this election? And some of us taking it so damn easy. iffy. Oh, them boys understand what is at stake in this election, and they're prepared to do whatever it takes. Some of y'all want to go and even knock on 2 doors. Come on now. But they're prepared, and they have been executing the dastardly plan to rig these elections. The signs are everywhere. Fact, not fiction, Premanik Jan. Fact and not fiction. So it was so heartening for me to see all the folks out there today, and found out in North and South Rambelt, the team was in All Boys Song, I think, yesterday. Thanks to the good folks of All Boys Song, always showing that hospitality that is distinct to the lovely, beautiful folks of All Boys Song. And saw Mr. Norton today with the residents of North and South Rambelt saying, this is our guy. No sanctions here. Closed bank accounts or whatever. This is our guy here. You know, this is our guy. Folks, as we begin tonight, Eden Corbin, young Eden Corbin out there making the arguments about why our young people, you know, should become engaged. They see the PPP, all the promises unfulfilled promises. And young people like Eden Corbin out there has a love for the law, making a difference and making the arguments. Young and old, I better vote in this election. I better make a plan to vote. Please and thank you. The young Eden Corbin for us folks, as I said, making the arguments. Take a look and take a listen.
Corbin is talking to first-time voters about their need to vote in the upcoming elections.
It matters because the foundation of democracy rests within the people. Our constitution is because the people agreed that we have a constitution, and the people of Guyana agreed that this is how we select our leadership. By you not voting, by you not participating, what you are doing, you are directly creating issues for our democracy.
He said that in the absence of the individual vote, the results wouldn't reflect the popular voice of the community.
It will reflect a certain few. And by not taking part in something that is democratically allowed, something that was fought for you, something that was put in place for you, you are now saying to the powers that may be, do whatever it is you want, I don't care.
He said that the nation has seen the effect of such actions. Corbin said that people have seen the walking back on elections promises.
If you want a change, if you want a better life, if you want more money, if you want to be able to look at your country and to be proud, if you want a system where it doesn't wait until the year of election or a few months for election to fix roads and to come and to visit you, you have to take an active step in your democracy, which meaning that you have to participate, which means that you have to now come to the various parties and the stakeholders and you have to ask questions.
He said that the first step in holding a government accountable is by voting, exercising the democratic right.
It is not something that we take lightly, because in other parts of the world, persons are not even able to vote. You have the freedom protected by your constitution to align yourself with any political party, to hold any belief that you want to have, and you need to execute that right, because it is not for the today, it is not for the tomorrow, it is not even for the next year, but it is for the 50 years from now.
He said that had men like Forbes Burnham and Chet Jagan not stepped forward, the nation may never have known its freedom and its independence.
So to them, they were not looking at the immediate, being able to be an independent country, but they were thinking about the Guyana in which we live today. And because of that, they participated. And you and I are no different.
Yep. The young Eden Corbin there. I like sharp young people like Eden Corbin. We ain't playing around. We know we got to do, and we're doing it. He didn't understand the importance of September 1. He don't get black shoe shine already. Right? Don't get the black shoe shine. He white socks, he short pants, and he ready for vote. I want you all know that some of y'all skylarking, some of y'all even know we had for breakfast yesterday. We got to pick up the pace a little bit. Them boys desperate. Them boys desperate. We know we win already, you know. But they gonna make 2020 look like nothing. But we prepared to wrestle it from them. Wrestle it from them. Don't come around be funny at all. How you all doing? Welcome to the broadcast. Where you're joining us from. Win, sanctioned by the Mara Bank, just in case you missed it as we started. And then the young Eden Kerman lay it out there for us. What's happening in the campaign? No drama on this side, folks. No drama on this side. Just folks going out every day, making a difference. The team working together, going out there and talking to people about how we're going to take this country forward. You know, people got a manifesto. When they go knocking on gates, what are they telling people? When they're meeting people, what are they saying? Huh? Coming soon, coming shortly. Come on now. What are you telling people? Coming soon, coming shortly. Let's talk about some other issues. You see this country? Huh? Renician Niles died at the spanking new Diamond Regional Hospital. Went there, you know, with some breathing complications. The place has oxygen. Even just cut the ribbon 2 weeks ago. The place don't have oxygen. The government, of course, ain't taking no blame. They're not taking any blame for the death of this young lady, I think 22 years old. Renicia Niles. 22 years old, had a little breathing difficulty. When? No oxygen. The hospital just opened, you know. Just open. Her family says it is the hospital's negligence. So you got this regional hospital, they were careful to show you all the fancy beds and the this and the that. You see, when you read the fine print of this installed incumbent regime, you'll always find them wanted. They'll always be found wanting. Share the damn life. How we can dislodge these people? If others don't get the valid and credible information, you think you overstand? So you got some big edifice, big buildings watching you, but inside ain't got nothing. Our thoughts and prayers with Renicia's family. I saw all our friends on social media, inconsolable. They say she was always the life and the light of the party, of the gatherings, and gone. Why? Incompetence and ineptitude. Brand new hospital according to them. Oh, state of the art this, state of the art that, and you got a little oxygen. So what is it? What is it? The family should just sue y'all for millions upon millions of dollars. Millions upon millions of dollars. What is it? Don't need little oxygen, James. Right? Carlisle and Koana. Elizabeth, don't need little oxygen. And Diamond, Ketty dinner. You're 6 feet under. Just like that, this young lady can transition. Now they had to move her from Diamond Regional. You know, they like these big fancy names. These big fancy names. UC Regional Hospital where Elizabeth live in. Jesus, this thing is pia. If you can build something for the ages. God damn it. That is what Lyndon Forbes Sampson did when he built the bridge. When he built the Harbor Bridge. When he built the Lyndon Suzik Highway. Right? They built a bridge with our plans, but they can't build it the way we would have done it. You see? They want stress test the bridge. Some young end up at Diamond Regional with breathing complications. You'll try with that. So the young lady was transferred from Diamond Regional to Georgetown Public Hospital. Transferred from the state in the art, you know, Clouds. Joy Barry and Tessa Finance. Transferred from the state of the art Diamond Regional. Why? For the oxygen. Even when they one long speech, we know nothing irregular at lots of these places. And while let's talk about Bath Regional. You could imagine these jagabats and trench crapos, these tadpoles and cricketers, these Hittites, these Nakavakamites and Kavakamites, these Philistines and Pharisees. They are taking now, we told, equipment out of, what's the one nearby Bath? there is not Bushlat. Y'all help me out, folks. The thing is right in my mind's eye. Huh? Where's the one near to Bath? The moving staff over, the barring staff. So you got 3 left at the other one there. What's the name of the place? Y'all help me out there, man. Shucks. The one next to Bath in Region 5 there. The hospital there. They're taking equipment, they're taking personnel for make Bath look nice. What story is this? Don't get no breathing complications in Bath, you know. They may go bring it down to Georgetown. Can't eat your dinner. My God. Alana Chang, what a thing. Shame on them for truth. Alana, Glycis and Paula, John and Bernice, shame. Cherry, shame on all of them. Waste time government. State of the art. Something as simple as oxygen. If you got a regional hospital, let's say Elizabeth living in the Carolinas, and they run the oxygen, just take the emergency for the whole state, you know. For the whole state of South Carolina, we got state of emergency. You run out of who? Oxygen? There's a Debad hospital. There's a Debad hospital for little oxygen. This young lady lost her life. The hospital opened 2 weeks ago. Right? They got all the wires and the this and the that, the big tanks at the back, such and so forth, but nothing inside. Nothing inside. Big equipment. Nobody knows how to operate it. Jesus of mercy. Father, help we. Help we. Protect your people, Jah. Protect your people. My God. So don't want oxygen. Please and thank you, Cherry and the others. Don't want oxygen and run up by them boys because nothing will be forthcoming. Nothing will be forthcoming. None. That's why you got to flush them out. Cherry, September 1, we got to flush them out. Flush them out the system. Flush them out the government. God damn it. A little oxygen. And the same nonsense they're doing at Bath Regional. Right? Y'all give me the name of the place? Fort Wellington, I think that's the hospital. Thank you, John. John on the ball. Fort Wellington. They're moving out staff from Fort Wellington to go over at Bath, just on the road. Why? Because they want to say, oh, look, we built plenty hospital. They burned down 8 school, they built 3, and they want a red carpet. They have burnt down 8, 9 schools. You build 5. You want a pat in the back. Shucks, man. How the place? How the place? You know? Naomi says she marks safe with she banker. I mark safe too with my bank accounts. You know? 1,701, you know, $50 in there. Mark safe. Please and thank you. Bernice, your thoughts and prayers with this young lady. Right? Renicia. Is it Renicia? Oh my God. You forgive me if I did wrong. Thoughts and prayers with her family. You could imagine. Jesus have mercy. Jesus have mercy. God knows I ain't got the strength. I ain't got the strength. Bishop T.D. Jakes talk about that one phone call that you're getting. Twist your whole life up. Somebody got to call home and tell her, Renice's parents, she ain't coming back. Because them boys ain't got oxygen. Can you imagine that? Oh, what a thing. What a thing in the fastest growing economy in the world. High income country, largest GDP. Of course, everything on paper. Everything on paper only. Paper only. Premanik Jan. She's one who would kill you. You hear me? She would take you out. You see? She'd come and cry at your funeral. Funeral. And then fight your family to read a eulogy. You think they're easy? Who's sharing the damn life tonight? Well, she ran out between 2015 and 2020. Oh, Granger them never built no secondary school. They never built no secondary school. So Golden Grove Secondary built by itself. Huh? It built by itself. Good Hope Secondary, it built by itself. What would it take You know, listen to me. We were in Bartica recently, right? You must go to Bartica at least once in your life. Bartica has so much potential. The Granger government saw it and said this can be the first green tongue. These people, they have, I was almost going to say bumbleclad people, but I won't say these people don't see nothing. You hear me? Everybody was of one mind. This country is immensely beautiful, but the politics spoils everything. If it was your competitor's idea to build a new bridge, why you can't say AFC, APNU, whatever, inspired, conceptualized? What does that take out of you? You got to come and some revisionist history. Over 50 schools from 2015 to 2020. Built, rehabilitated, what have you? Labs, this, that. Why you got to go in this direction? Jesus, how some of y'all can see the Father and pray that she's Presbyterian or Lutheran or something like that? That is why it is clear to me now. The Father will say, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity, taker of Ozempic. I never knew you all. My God. You open Christchurch. Huh? And you gotta lie on the last administration. Right? You don't tell people Christchurch bundle under you. You know, we forget too easy. Or easily. Is that the adverb? The ly? We forget too easily. I'm modifying how we forget. You see, I know my part of speech, you know. Don't come wrong with funny. Some of y'all think I drop. See, I'm editing myself in real time. We forget too easily. 1 week, he had a little minor fire at Christchurch. You remember when Robeson ran it? He had a minor fire in a lab. They sent in the electrician and this and that. The electrician gave the all clear. Next week, the school burned down. Next week, the school burned down. So Priya just build back what she has destroyed. They talk about Brickdam Secondary. Oh, building back Brickdam Secondary is just progress. It's just progress. But how long it take for build it? How long it take for build it? You pitch them chair behind God back. How long it take to build it? Yeah? How long? Why can't we be like that? You come in, you mash up the buses, you mash up the boats, the school boats, the medical boats, the river ambulances. You replace it with nothing. You just mash it up. Why? Because you didn't conceptualize it. Bringing and taking our children to school for free, you just mash it up. What kind of governance is that? And then you're going to temerity. You're going to lie. Like when Horse trotting on the last administration. I went to Karasabai, North Rupununi. The people took me to see the Karasabai Secondary. Whole thing at a standstill. I ever built anything? And that's the same way we came in K2 Secondary, the first $1 billion secondary school. And not billion because we're state of the art. It's billions in defects to remedy. We came in K2 at a standstill, decaying, rotting. We had to finish K2 Secondary. No, if you got to be cleaning up the PPP mess, how you going to focus on what you got to do? You come in, you got to clean up the mess in the education system. The mess that was housing. Let the people at Perseverance tell you the nonsense that the bill and hand them. You have to do a complete audit of Perseverance, then rectify perseverance, all without oil money and other schemes in this damn country. You know? But I know what's the problem with some of us. The time we should have been out here educating Guyanese, and you left me alone. I had them in bed with the PPP. Huh? You're in bed with the PPP asking for mining land and housing land. Asking for mining land and housing land. Damn all of you. And got people out here thinking, we didn't do nothing. But there's only so much I could do. God damn it. There isn't enough hours for me. The time we should have been out here educating our people. Getting them backstabbing. German, God knows. James, what's yet? What's yet? Kenny Raja got a song with the gambler. Read it, you can know but he. Listen to it, you can know but he. And got these people out here saying we didn't do nothing. We didn't build a school. Lies from the pit of hell. Lies from the pit of hell. Why we can't say, talk the thing how it is? Politics destroying this whole country. Destroying this country. Lies, misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, wickedness. For the time they went in power, they should have built 7,000 schools in 30 years. What the hell you tell me you built 7 schools? How much you meet when you come in? Huh? How much you met when you came in? You went to school on a tree? Huh? Let us be fair. God damn it. Let us be fair. So I don't know, Ganesh said it, the Ozempic affecting the brains. The Ozempic affecting the thinking. So you're hearing all these fanciful things now. You understand? A lot of fanciful things. And the whole country going to bits. The things they should be focused on, they focus. Look at what they did to Linden as we talk in story. I didn't come up with this, but somebody just, the thing was so clear to somebody. Them boys didn't finish a sporting facility that they set out to. We didn't do nothing, but yet you all went and meet a synthetic track in progress in Linden. You all abandoned it. Mackenzie Sports Club ground. You try to buy it over, you abandon it. A number of other sporting facilities abandoned. Why? Because it's Linden. And you all claim you all love Linden? All you claim you all love Linden? Listen to the Prime Ministerial Candidate of Finance just on Sunday afternoon talking about the Linden project. This fund that's supposed to be a boost for entrepreneurs in Linden. In 5 years, then constitute the board. The money and move. And they love you. Give me a break.
Candidate Jereza Fernandez accused the PPP government of maintaining pressure on Linden so that the community could be beggars. Speaking at the campaign rally at Melanie Damishani East Coast Demerara on Sunday, she said that the people of Guyana are fighting against a system that has been designed to keep them down.
We have been fighting a machinery that was built to make sure that you remain at a certain level. We have been fighting a propaganda press that was built to feed you disinformation so that you would believe that what they're saying is going to benefit you. You have been lied to. We have been seeing persons out there repeating things over and over and over to you because they believe if they say it enough, then you will believe that it is true.
She said that there was a recent headline that Lindeners were considering voting for the PPP.
Under the coalition from 2015 to 2020, there was a body that was in place. It was called the Linden Enterprise Network. The Linden Enterprise Network was there to provide loans and grants, to small business owners for you to be able to build in capacity to raise your standard of
The
living.
Linden Enterprise Network came to an abrupt end with the return of the PPP to office in 2020.
And under the stewardship of Ashni Singh, they refused to put the board in place. Hundreds of millions of dollars left there, not being used from 2020 to 2025.
She said that not a cent of that money was used for the benefit of Linden. She concluded the government wanted to keep the people begging. She said that it was no different in the PPP strongholds.
They make sure that they put no resources into those communities because they want to keep people poor and begging them.
She spoke about the abuse of a 9-year-old in Potentia, West Bank, Demerara. She said that she had to take the little girl to welfare.
That young woman was abused. And when you listen to the length of the persons that Ganesh was referring to, the length of the list that he called out, you understand why they do not put things in place to deal with these situations.
Yep. Welcome back, folks. Now, political commentators are trying to figure out some of what is happening with the appointment of the chancellor to act quite shortly. That's some of what we're going to be looking at. The appointment of the chancellor to act. You see, that's one of the things we're looking at. And this is scheduled to happen shortly. To act as chancellor, the acting chancellor is supposed to go on 2 months leave. Now, is this pre-retirement leave? Nobody seems to know. So if Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire, she becomes the acting chancellor, who becomes the acting Chief Justice? All of this in an electoral cycle. Folks, there's a school of thought that suggests they're moving her out of the way. You see, they've been unkind to her for the last 5 years. And there's a school of thought that says that electoral cases, I'm choosing my words carefully, that may arrive, that may not arrive, that might come before the court. They don't want them to come before her now. Why? Because since 2020, the promise, use the girl, right? Use the girl for the boy. And the promise, Parliament dissolved with a motion for the Henry boys untouched because the government didn't want to debate it. Parliament dissolved without the Chief Justice and Chancellor being confirmed. A whole term in office. Where if I could tell we? And now they're trying to move the learned lady out of the way so they can have somebody who is more, what is the political term? Sensitive to their issues and their needs, act. So that if any election cases come before the High Court, they're almost certain of what the outcome might be. You all see all these political maneuverings? There are no coincidences in politics, not this close to the election. You telling me the chancellor couldn't have been sent or gone and leave any other time? Why? So the chancellor goes and leave now. She ain't coming back till after the election. We see what you did there, Irfan. We see what you did there, Nandalal and Jagdio and Ashni. The fake 4. Is it 4? We see what you did there. So they move her up. The first line of defense can be somebody sensitive to the cause. Now you could almost guess. Some of y'all bright like that. You could almost pick what's going to happen here. Not Serena, Melinda, Katia, and Sandra, Donna. Y'all know by now what's going down here. You call this a set piece. You call it a set piece. Chancellor, Yvette, you on it? I see you got a little time here. Why don't take this leave now? We want things backing up over here. Don't worry. You're going to take the, instead of leave, in lieu of the leave, you take your 2 months salary, what have you. No. Personally, we're concerned about your health. You're talking about burnout and so on a little while ago, and we get some mention just now. Take a little rest now. I'm telling you, them boys ain't giving up. They lost already. The internal polls have told them already. Why then, if you're doing so well, you got to bring people from Barama, you got to bring people from Babaruma, you got to bring people from Bartica to a rally in Maruka. Why? Because your writing is written and they don't lose. But they've decided we ain't giving up. So let's set a couple things. Bop, bop, bop. We done see y'all. We know the playbook. We calling it. I call in the election for APNU this 22nd day of July. Right? What they're telling us is that we ain't giving up so easy. And that's why you see them doing all these shenanigans. That's what they tell us. We ain't giving up so easy. So Chancellor, you can take some lead now, girl. Roxanne, you can hold on here and we can fight. You know about it. Who we fight? We gonna fight somebody. We gonna fight somebody. So they can move Roxanne now and find somebody more sensitive. You understand me? Somebody who more sensitive to the needs of the hour, folks. But God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. What's happening to our young women? Being shut down, raped, broad daylight, people filming a rape in real time. You will not see decadence and decay like this in 3 lifetimes. Why in every iteration of the PPP in government, installed or otherwise, you always see the moral fabric of this country in disarray? Why is that? Why? Why? Why is that? Here, a young attorney who's supporting the APNU, talk to us about what is needed, folks. What is needed at this hour in the system and what we're going to do. Take a look.
Nessa Thomas is a woman who has entered the political fray. She's following in the footsteps of her parents and a grandparent who were also politicians. Her father, Jeffrey Thomas, was a former minister in the PNC government. She's concerned about the incidents of violence against women.
Violence against women must be met with zero tolerance as far as I am concerned. Apart from punitive sanctions, there must be corrective initiatives. I believe that a culture of empowerment should be pursued and ardently pursued so that our women will be educated and certainly not be victims of any form of violence.
She said that while there are laws, more can be done.
Outside of the law, we can certainly look at institutionalizing certain cultural perspectives. Now, when I say that, what I mean is that there are certain avenues that we can pursue, such as setting up centers for girls and women, such as creating institutions specifically to deal with women's rights, gender equality, and generally women's issues.
These systems shouldn't be confined to educating women. They should be extended to men, she said.
I think that we are long past the discussion era. I think we are moving now towards action. And of course, I believe that action is with a new regime.
In the not too distant past, women's organizations were silent about the abuses meted out to women. She said that in the APNU manifesto, there's a distinct clause to deal with women's issues.
In this new dispensation, I believe that women empowerment comes through education at community levels. I engaged in a lot of work with respect to collective bargaining agreements that allowed for the rights of not only working people, but working women. You mentioned legislation, and certainly legislation is part of it, but there must be a social contract between government and women.
Yeah, that's what's needed. And as we end tonight's broadcast, folks, senior policemen, former Assistant Commissioner of Police Paul Slow and Clinton Conway spoke to this very issue of this Linden teacher who was brutally shot, folks, by her former paramour, by over some silliness. You know, she want and she call her some stupidness like that. Right? I hope they throw the book at him, Roxanne and the others in the judiciary. Everything flinging the chest. We got to send such a strong signal. And here are these two former senior policemen, Slow and Conway, asking the question, why is it that restraining orders aren't being enforced? Why is it PPP? Because you're like the filth and the rot, the decadence and the decay. Or you like the degradation. You're like
Sister, guns is the root cause of lawlessness in Guyana. It was also the cause of the death of a young woman in Linden over the weekend. The woman was shot and killed by the estranged father of her child. According to reports, the man became incensed because the woman refused to take his calls. But there were some worrying signs after the suspect was arrested.
7 in uniform, and nobody with a body camera, nobody with body camera. The president said, the Home Affairs Minister said that they get about 5,000 body cameras, and not one of them, perhaps them body cameras don't reach to Linden.
That was retired Assistant Police Commissioner Clinton Conway. The number of body cameras announced by the government far outnumbers the number of policemen in the country. Another issue involves restraining orders granted by the courts.
I can't recall hearing that police arrested anybody for breaching the restraining order. And I know several reports that females made that they obtain restraining order, persons breach the order, report to the police, and police ain't do nothing.
On the contrary, the police are said to have made derogatory remarks about the woman.
This restraining order, police ain't doing anything about restraining order. Report made, and that is it. Check and see when you ever hear that police arrested somebody for breaching the order and take the person before the court. It has not been done. It has not been done. You up on your own. You go and take a restraining order. You up on your own.
The suspected killer was also constrained by a restraining order. That order was useless.
They need to ensure that when anybody breach any restraining order, they should appear in front of the court. Police must make all effort to get the person and place it in front of the court. And then I feel the court must deal sternly with them if they breach any order.
That's going to do it for us to this end, folks. Yeah, Wild West. That's where we become under the PPP. That is what we have become under them. The Wild West. Folks, before you go, share the live, all 4,000 of you who are watching us live. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love and your prayers, especially during this election period. Thank you, folks. It means the world to us. That's going to do it for us. At this end, the New Amsterdam rally comes up on the 2nd of August. The Linden rally comes up on the 10th. Make a plan to be there, good folks. Make a plan to be boots on the ground. Linden on the 10th, New Amsterdam on the 2nd. New Amsterdam on the 2nd, Linden on the 10th. See you outside, folks. That's our time this evening. That's our program. We're going to see you guys on the next podcast. Stay safe.